Most people think OpenClaw's memory gets smarter on its own and that it will keep improving over time, but it won't, at least not the way you think. 3 updates just dropped that completely change how your agent stores, organizes, and recalls information, and most users have no idea any of this exists. I'm a software engineer and I've been tracking these updates closely since they dropped across 4.7 through 4.10, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what Dreaming, Memory Wiki, and Active Memory each do, how they fit together, and which one to enable first. Before we get into any of the 3 features, here's the mental model. The easiest way to think about this is your agent's memory now has 3 distinct jobs: deciding what's worth keeping long term, organizing that knowledge into something structured, and recalling the right context before your agent even responds to you. That's Dreaming, Memory Wiki, and Active Memory in that order. So let's start with Dreaming. Before this update, your MEMORY.md would grow every time you have a conversation with your agent, but not anymore. There's now a background process that runs at 3 a.m. every night, and it decides what actually makes it into your long-term memory. So in plain English, this means your agent accumulates short-term signals all day. Dreaming reviews those signals overnight and only promotes the ones that genuinely matter. Here's how it works. Dreaming runs in 3 phases. Phase 1 is light sleep. The agent reads through its recent daily memory files, chunks them, and stages candidates for review. Nothing gets written to MEMORY.md here. The phase is purely read and stage. Phase 2 is REM sleep. This is where the agent looks for patterns across the stage material. Which concepts keep showing up? What's been surfacing across multiple sessions? Again, nothing gets written to MEMORY.md here. REM is about identifying recurring themes. Phase 3 is deep sleep. This is the only phase that writes to MEMORY.md. Before anything gets promoted, every candidate is scored across 6 signals: relevance, frequency, query diversity, recency, consolidation, and conceptual richness. Relevance carries the most weight at 30%, and here's the part most people miss. There are 3 threshold gates every entry must pass: a minimum composite score of 0.8, a minimum recall count of 3, and a minimum of 3 distinct queries that surfaced it. The main thing to remember is one-off mentions don't get promoted. Something has to demonstrate sustained, diverse relevance before it earns a permanent place in MEMORY.md. And you should know that Dreaming is optional. It's disabled by default, and to turn it on, you just type /Dreaming on in any channel, and that's it. And alongside the machine state, Dreaming writes a human-readable dream diary into DREAMS.md. It's a short creative narrative written from the perspective of a curious, gentle, slightly whimsical mind reflecting on the day. You can read it in the Dreams tab in your Gateway UI. It's surprisingly readable, and it gives you visibility into what the system decided was worth keeping. So before you enable Dreaming in a live agent, run OpenClaw Memory Promote without any flags. That's a dry run. It shows you exactly what deep phase would promote without writing anything. Verify first. So a quick recap: light sleep stages candidates, REM sleep finds patterns, deep sleep does the writing, only the strongest signals make it through, and the dream diary shows you what happened. Now let's talk about Memory Wiki. Most people think MEMORY.md is OpenClaw's final form for structured knowledge, but not anymore. Memory Wiki is a separate companion plugin that compiles your durable memory into something that functions more like a knowledge base than a raw markdown file. The easiest way to think about this is MEMORY.md is a living document your agent writes to. Memory Wiki is a curated structured database built on top of it. So what it actually does is Memory Wiki compiles durable knowledge into a wiki vault with deterministic page structure, structured claims, evidence tracking, and contradiction detection. If something in your knowledge base gets contradicted by new information, Memory Wiki tracks that and flags it for a review. It also has freshness tracking, so still entries don't silently decay without you knowing. It integrates natively with Obsidian. If you're already running an Obsidian vault alongside your agent, Memory Wiki can write directly into that structure. So here's the part that most people miss. Memory Wiki does not replace your Active Memory plugin. It's not a swap. The Active Memory plugin still handles recall, promotion, and dreaming. Memory Wiki just adds a knowledge layer beside it. They run together. It has its own toolset: Wiki Search, Wiki Get, Wiki Apply, and Wiki Lint. Your agent can search the wiki, pull specific stages, apply edits, and lint the structure to catch inconsistencies. So a quick recap: Memory Wiki is a structured knowledge layer that sits alongside your existing memory setup, adds contradiction and freshness tracking, integrates with Obsidian, and gives both you and your agent a cleaner interface for what your agent knows. So now let's talk about Active Memory. This is the one that surprises most people. So before this update, your agent would search memory reactively after you send a message right before it responds. So with Active Memory enabled, it will fire a dedicated memory sub-agent before your main agent ever processes your message. So what this means is Active Memory runs a bounded memory pass first, gathers relevant context, and hands it to your main agent before it starts composing a reply. Your agent walks into every conversation already holding the most relevant things it knows about you, your projects, and your preferences. Active Memory has 3 recall modes: message mode recalls recalls only what's relevant to your current message. Recent mode includes your recent session context, and full context mode does a comprehensive pass across everything. You can tune this based on how much overhead you're willing to accept. There's also a /verbose command, so when you run this, you can see exactly what the memory subagent is polling before each response. If your agent seems to be missing context it should have, then that's the first place to look. And optional transcript persistence means the memory subagent can log what it pulled each session, so you have a record of what context your agent had access to and when. The main thing to remember is active memory changes the moment of recall from reactive to proactive. Your agent doesn't search memory after you ask something, it already has the right context before you finish the sentence. Here's how to think about all three as a system. Dreaming is how your agent decides what's worth keeping forever. It runs overnight, scores everything against strict thresholds, and only promotes the strongest signals into MEMORY.md. MEMORY.wiki is how that long-term knowledge gets organized. Instead of one flat markdown file, you have a structured vault with provenance on every claim, contradiction tracking, and dashboards. Active memory is how your agent accessed all of it in real time. Before you finish typing, it's already pulling the most relevant context from everything that Dreaming promoted and MEMORY.wiki has organized. Each feature has one job, and the three jobs consolidate, organize, and recall to form a complete memory pipeline that didn't exist a month ago, and that's it. If you're running a long-lived agent with memory core, you should enable Dreaming first, run a dry pass to see what it would promote, and decide whether MEMORY.wiki makes sense for your knowledge structure. And if you want the most immediate impact on your agent's conversational quality, turn on active memory. And that's it for now. If you want the full PDF guide on these three new memory tools, join our free Skool community. The link is in the description. It's full of people who are building in OpenClaw, and we have all kinds of free resources to help you get the most out of your OpenClaw setup. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe. I'm sharing OpenClaw content every single week that goes way beyond the surface level. And drop a comment below. Let me know which of these three you're enabling first. I'm curious whether people are going for Dreaming or active memory. I read every single comment, and I'll see you in the next video.